Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Prabhupada Samangi, Desi Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki, Ananda Puri Vaishnavanda ki, Sadgoswami Prabhu ki, Namacharya Haridas Thakur ki, Premchika Hosi Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gauru Bhaktivinoda ki, Sri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopi Go, Shama Kun, Radha Kun, Giri Govardhan ki, Brajabhumi Vrindavan Dham ki, Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Bolo Sri Sri Krishna Baldao ki, Jai Go Preman. All glories to thee, Samala. All glories to thee, Samala. All glories to thee, Samala. All glories to Guru Gauranga. Glories to you, Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So welcome to our wonderful morning program here in Hartford, Connecticut, the lotus seat of Sri Sri Gaurnitai. We were just singing this song by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and we know that wherever Srila Prabhupada went in the world, he always sang this song, Jai Radha Madhav. This was written by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, who's the first in our line of spiritual masters to preach in a language outside of Indian languages. He wrote many poems and many books in English. In fact, Lord Chaitanya's life and precepts reached to the shores of Canada in McGill University in 1896, the birth year of Srila Prabhupada, sort of prophetic. And this song is very, very simple. Just like last night we were singing Song of Narottam Das Thakur. So much siksha is there. He's giving some instruction. But in this song, no instruction is there. And sometimes we sing songs on Leelas there, Gwala Bala Sangadinu Charai, Krishna's herding the cows with the cowherd boys. But no Leela. Only Krishna's names. But those names are formed in such a way that whole picture of Vrindavan comes in this song. Whole picture of Vrindavan. That's why this was favorite bhajan of Srila Prabhupada. Yeah? First of all, Jai Radha Madhav. Because Radha and Madhav, they're the essence of Vrindavan. Why are we interested in this Vrindavan forest? In your New England, we have seen so many beautiful forests. Beautiful tall trees. We don't see beautiful tall trees like this in Vrindavan. Very rare. So why are we interested in this forest of Vrindavan? Because even today, Radha and Krishna's pastimes are going on there, for those who have the eyes to see. Therefore, we're interested in this Vrindavan forest, because the essence is Radha Madhava. Jai Radha Madhava. Kunja Vihari. In Vrindavan, so many kunjas and nikunjas are there. Just like here in Hartford, I see all your trees are growing very straight and straight and straight and straight and straight and straight. But in Braj, our trees try to grow straight, but they're melting in Krishna Prem, they again come down. So when they go up and come down, it makes like a little room. This is Kunj. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Janabalava. In Vrindavan, so many gopis are there because Nanda Baba, he has 9 lakhs of cows. You know the meaning of 1 lakh? No? Now you're going to learn something new today. 100,000. 1 lakh means 100,000. So 9 lakhs means almost 1 megabyte. So to milk all of those cows, we need lots of gopis. So when Prabhupada was explaining this song, he said, this is Vrindavan. We don't find description of tall, tall buildings, skyscraper, motor car, trucks, and motorcycle. We hear kunjas, cows, gopis, gopas, Radha and Krishna. This is Vrindavan. Kunjavi Gopi Jana Ballava. Giri Baradari. Our picture of Vrindavan will be incomplete without Giriraj. He's very important for our picture of Vrindavan. Just now there was big prikama. This last Purnima we call Muriya Purnima. Muriya is Brishvasa for shaving the head. Because Sanatana Goswami, he left his body on that day. He left his body, he entered Goloka on that day. So whenever someone dies, someone dear dies, then we shave our head. Munda, we say munda. Raja say mudya. So that is called mudya puni. Everybody shaves their head and they do prikama. You can't get a credit card between the people on that prikama. So Giriraj is there. He's very powerful, giving us Krishna Bhakti. Jai Radha Madhava, Kundavi Gopi Jana Balava, Girivara, Yasoda Nandana. Ma Yasoda is there. She's the emblem of love for Krishna. She loves Lala so much. She can't bear to see him go out of her sight. Every day he goes with all his friends. He leaves Nanda Bhavan. He goes down to the gate of Nandagram. And he leaves with all his friends, and Mother Yasoda follows behind. And he tells me, yeah, it's okay. I'm with all my friends. I'll be okay. He takes her back to the gate. He again leaves. Again, Mother Yasoda comes behind. He said, just see, Baldawa is there. We know Bal means strength. Huh? Baldawa is there. He'll protect me. You don't have to worry me yet. He takes her back. Again, she comes behind. He said, not just Baldawa, but Subal. We know we put Su, it makes it even more strong. Subal. Subal is there, Maya. 10 times he has to take her back to the gate. And she finally stays in Nandagam. He goes with the cows and the cow boy. Yasoda Nandana, Brajajana Ranjana, all the Brajajana there, the Brishvasis. And Lord, by his own lotus mouth, he has told Brishvasi, Balab, Sada, Mira, Jiva, Pran. These Brishvasis are more dear to me than my life, because they all love Krishna so much. So all the Brishvasis are there, headed by Nanda Baba, Brajajana Ranjana. Jamuna. Jamuna is there. In Padma Puran, Narad Muni is talking to Maharaj Yudhisthira in one section, and he says that this Jamuna is so purifying, she's so sacred, so pavitra nadi, that if anyone has never taken his bath in Jamuna, then his whole life is Vyart. You know Vyart? Vyart means useless and juiceless. So now what are we going to do? We're sitting here in this far off corner of the world, Hartford, Connecticut. We only have Connecticut River. We don't have any Jamuna. Our life has become Vyart. Further, he tells Yudhisthira Maharaj that this Jamuna is so powerful, she's so pure, that even if you just remember Jamuna, all your sins will go far away. Just by remembering Jamuna. So every day we sing this Jai Radha Madhava. Every day we have Jamuna Snan, sitting here in this far off corner in Hartford, Connecticut. Jamuna Tira Banachari. Tira means bank. So and Ban means forest. On the banks of the Jamuna, 12 forests are there, 12 main forests are there. On the eastern bank, just like I assume the old temples in East Hartford, that's on the eastern bank of the Connecticut River, right? So on the eastern bank of the Jamuna, there's Bajravan, Bandirvan, Bailvan, Lohavan, and Gokul Mahavan, 5 forests. And on the western bank, there's Madhavan, Talavan, Kamudvan, Bahulavan, the biggest, Vrindavan, then another big forest all the way into Rajasthan, Kahamivan, and then tiny little forest, Kaniravan. 7 and 5 is 12 forests of Vrindavan. So tiny little song, but whole picture of Vrindavan comes. Jai Radha Madhava, Kunja Vihari, Gopi Jana Balava, Giri Badadari, Yasoda Nandana, Braja Jana Ranjana, Jamuna Tira, Banachari. Whole picture of Vrindavan. So we're reading today from Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, chapter 2, Divinity and Divine Service. And our verse is number 13. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Vasudevaya. It's on the screen. Ataha Bumbir Dvijashrestha Varnashrama Vibhagasaha Swanustitasya Dharmasya Samsiddhir Haritoshanam Atak Bumbir Dvijashrestha Varnashrama Vibhagasha Swanustitasya Dharmasya Samsiddhir Haritoshanam Atak Pumbir Dvijashrestha Varnashrama Vibhagasha Swanustitasya Dharmasya Samsiddhir Haritoshanam Atak Pumbir Dvijashrestha Varnashrama Vibhagasha Swanustitasya Dharmasya Samsiddhir Haritoshanam
Atak Pumbir Dvijashrestha Varnashrama Vibhagasaha Samsiddhir Dharmasya Samsiddhir Haritoshanam
Atak Pumbir Dvijashrestha Varnashrama Vibhagasha Nustistasya Dharmasya Samsiddhir Haritoshanam
Atak Pumbir Dvijashrestha Varnashrama Vibhagashaha Swanustitasya Dharmasya Samsiddhir Haritoshanam
Atak Pumbir Dvijashrestha Varnashrama Vibhagashaha Sanustitasya Dharmasya Samsiddhir Haritoshanam
Atak Pumbir Dvijashrestha Varnashrama Vibhagasaha Swanustitasya Dharmasya Samsiddhir Haritoshanam
Atak Pumbir Dvijashrestha Varnashrama Vibhagashaha Nustistasya Dharmasya Samsiddhir Haritoshanam
Ataha So Pumbi by the human being Dvijashrestha O best among the twice born Varna Ashrama the institution of four castes and four orders of life Vibhagashaha by the division of Swanustitasya of one's own prescribed duties Dharmasya occupational Samsiddhi the highest perfection Hari the personality of Godhead Oshanam pleasing Translation, O best among the twice born, it is therefore concluded that the highest perfection one can achieve by discharging the duties prescribed for one's own occupation according to caste divisions and orders of life is to please the personality of Godhead. Translation, please repeat. O best among the twice born.
O best among the twice born.
It is therefore concluded that the highest perfection one can achieve by discharging the duties prescribed for his own occupation according to caste division and orders of life is to please the personality of Godhead. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Human society all over the world is divided into 4 castes and 4 orders of life. The 4 castes are the intelligent caste, the martial caste, the productive caste, and the labor caste. These castes are classified in terms of one's work and qualifications, not by birth. Then there are 4 orders of life named student life, householder life, retired, and devotional life. In the best interests of human society, there must be such divisions of life. Otherwise, no social institution can grow in a healthy state. And in each and every one of the above-mentioned divisions of life, the aim must be to please the supreme authority of the personality of Godhead. This institutional function of human society is known as the system of Varnashram Dharma, which is quite natural for the civilized life. The Varnashram institution is constructed to enable one to realize the absolute truth. It is not for artificial domination of one division over another. When the aim of life, for example, realization of the absolute truth, is missed by too much attachment for Indriya Priti or sense gratification, as already discussed herein before, the institution of Varnashram is utilized by selfish men to pose an artificial predominance over the weaker section. In the Kali Yuga, or the age of coral, this artificial predominance is already current, but the saner section of people know it well, that the divisions of castes and orders of life are meant for smooth social intercourse and high thinking, self-realization, and not for any other purpose. Herein the statement of Bhagavatam is that the highest aim of life, or the highest perfection of the institution of Varnashram Dharma, is to cooperate jointly for the satisfaction of the Supreme Lord. This is also confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, verse 13. Do we have a Gita here? Atak Bhumbir Dvijasresta Pranasrama Vibhagasha Swanustitasya Dharmasya Samsiddhir Haritoshanam. O best among the twice born, it is therefore concluded that the highest perfection one can achieve by discharging the duties prescribed for one's own occupation according to the caste divisions and orders of life is to please the personality of Godhead. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chaksurmul Militam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah Sri Chaitanya Vistam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dati Swapanandikam Aladanas Chinandantai Vidamya Che Puna Puna Srimad Rupa Padam Bhujot Lisyam Janma Janmani Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Vedara Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavrindam Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Panchakalpatarvyascha Kripasindhu Vevasham Patidanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. I was born in the darkest of ignorance with my eyes closed shut, but my spiritual master has opened my eyes at the torchlight of transcendental knowledge. Therefore I offer my humble obeisances at his lotus feet. So this second chapter of first canto was always, as a young devotee, this was always my very favorite chapter, filled with so many important verses. One of these is this verse, which describes perfectly Krishna consciousness. Atak bhumir dvijasvesya vanasrama vibhagasa swanustitasya dharmasya sansidhir haritosanam. The perfection of life, the perfection of everything we do, is whether Hari is satisfied. Samsidhir haritoshanam. So here Prabhupada explains that human society, whether it is officially done or unofficially done, it is natural. We find in every society that there's a intellectual class of men. This is naturally occurring in every society. And then there's a ruling class, those people who like to organize and protect. Then there's the productive section of society, those who like to do business or farming. And then there's the labor section of society. This is found, whether there's varnashram there or not, this is found in every society. And Prabhupada points out, he points to Bhagavad Gita chapter 4 verse 13. Chaturvarnam maya sristam guna karma vibhagashanam tasya kartaram apimam vidya kartaram avyayam. According to the three modes of material nature and the work associated with them, the four divisions of human society are created by me. And although I am the creator of the system, you should know that I am yet the non-doer, being unchangeable. So here Krishna himself describes himself as the creator of the system. As Prabhupada in this purport, sometimes people say this was created by the Brahmins to exploit and the Kshatriyas to exploit the weaker sections. But it is meant, just like in this body, we have got the head. So in one sense we may say the head is very important. But if the head doesn't have arms and a belly and legs, what the head will do it by himself? They all cooperate together to satisfy the whole body. The legs are carrying us here and there, the arms are doing some work, the belly is digesting all the food. So in one sense we can say that the head is most important because he's where the intelligence is, but still without the others it's impossible for the body to function, very difficult. So it is, and Krishna says, I have created the system. Chaturvarna Maya Srishti. Srishti we know means creation. So Krishna has created it, not that it is artificial. We see, as Prabhupada points out, it is there in every society, whether they officially accept or not. But the point here is Chaturvarna Maya Srishti, Guna Karma Vibhagas. It is according to quality and work, not according to birth. Now this Prabhupada used this word caste many times. Now this has got bad taste in our mouth. But actually the original system in its uncorrupted form is very scientific and very helps us human society to run very smoothly. But the corrupted system, just by birth, just like, I can remember, I've told this story many times, that we used to chant on Hollywood Boulevard in front of one restaurant called Diamond Jim's. So you can just imagine what is going on inside this restaurant. What is being served there in front of the Lord we cannot mention. All we can say is, Go Mata Ki Jai. And along with that, they're serving some type of drink. Because people have got this crazy idea that it is very sophisticated to drink distilled essence of rottenness. You take some grapes and make them rotten, or some grains, or some potatoes, somehow you make them rotten, and you distill out the essence of the rottenness, and people think it's very sophisticated to drink distilled essence of rottenness. So these things are going on inside this, you can imagine. So we would chant there. Sometimes somebody from Bharat would come out from that restaurant, believe it or not. You're living here for a long time, you know. This is going on. Now in the old days, there weren't Nowadays, so many Indians are there all over the world. Those days, very rare. And I think whenever those days in the airport, when they were leaving India, when they were going through immigration, leaving, they gave them one slip of paper that said, when you meet the Hare Krishnas, this is what to say. Because I never met anybody from Bharat who didn't say the same thing. When I was a young devotee, and we would meet somebody from Bharat, we would offer them in Bhagavad Gita, I'm from India, I know everything. Everyone had the exact same. I think they gave them a slip of paper. I'm from India, I know everything. So one man from Bharat came out of this restaurant, they handed him Bhagavad Gita. He told me, I'm from India, I know everything. See? I'm Brahmin. See? We just described what is going on in this restaurant. He thinks because he's born as Brahmin, he's Brahmin. But actually it is according to work and quality. Guna karma vibhagasa. Just like even in the Yaksha Prasan, one chapter of Mahabharata, where Prabhupada always quotes one verse, one question very frequently, Prabhupada, Kimas Charjam, what is the most surprising thing? And Yudhishthira Maharaj says, Ahani ahani bhutani gacchante yamalayam, chesham stavaram itchanti kimas charjam param. That everybody sees that everyone is going to the Yamalaya. Ahani ahani bhutani gacchante yamalaya. They're going to the place of Yamaraj. Everybody has seen. His grandfather's died, his father's died, cousins have died, everybody's going. But Shesham, those who are remaining, stubborn. They say, no, I'm not going. This is the most surprising thing. We lead our life as if we're not going to the Yamalaya, have to account for whatever we did. This is the most surprising thing. But one of the other questions that Yudhishthira Maharaj was asked by the Yaksha, because some of the questions were essay question, some were yes and no question, and some were multiple choice question. So he asked, how do we recognize a Brahmin? And he gave A, by his birth, B, by his knowledge and learning, and C, by his behavior. So we already know it is not by birth, we already described. And sometimes we see one who's got lots of knowledge, he becomes very proud. And pride, Krishna doesn't like pride at all in his devotees. So the answer is C, by his behavior. Just like here Krishna says, Chaturvarnamaya guna karma vibhagasa. Whatever work we do though, the point is here, the most important point in this verse, that's why I love this verse, is that whatever we're doing, the perfection will be samsiddhi, or samsiddhi means a complete perfection, haritoshanam. That whether Krishna is pleased by our work or not. This is a test. Whatever we're doing in this life, we have to see somehow or other whether Krishna is pleased by that work. And we all cooperate together to please Krishna. Just like somebody maybe if you're expert in painting, somebody has painted this hall very nicely, somebody is very expert in making decorations, somebody else is very expert in puja. Everybody working together to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is Krishna consciousness. It's like we were saying last night, that the hope of Lord Shiva was somehow or other to get darshanam nandalala. So we explained that is Krishna consciousness. Everything we do is so that Krishna will become pleased with us. That is Krishna consciousness. And it's very simple. We just think whatever I'm doing, just like Prabhupada mentioned, India Priti, sense gratification. Generally, we're interested in sense gratification. It's natural. We've been in this world for who knows how many lifetimes. Prabhupada calls us conditioned souls. Just like in the summer, the natural condition of the air is warm, hot. So now we've got this air conditioner to change it into cool. It's naturally it's hot, but by artificially we change it into cool. So same way, the natural condition of the soul is haritosanam, to please Krishna. This is a natural inclination of the soul. But now, by in contact with the modes of material nature, we're conditioned to sense gratification. We're completely absorbed. Everything we do, every meditation is how to get sense gratification. All day we're thinking. Even we're taking prasad, we're thinking, oh, he got more halava than me. Just like somebody told me there was one time in Bangladesh, there was a big riot because one community was serving out the prasad and they were giving more sweet rice to the members of their community than the others, so big riot. Then everybody, oh, he got more sweet rice. So everything our whole business is how to please our senses. That is conditioned. We're conditioned by this material nature. We think we're this body. This is conditioning. Actually, we're the soul, and the soul's business is to please Krishna. Hari Tosha. But now we're trying to please this body in every which way. And we don't care about any other body. Whatever we have to do, we step on other people. We don't care. Even to the point we kill other people to get our sense gratification. Just like I remember one time I was preaching in Colombia, South America, and there was one nice gentleman. I think his name was Kishore Agrawal. Now he's initiated by Guru Prasad Swami. He's Krishna Kishore. So he came. We opened up a nice temple in Colombia on a farm. So he came there, and so we were always trying to, because Colombia is a very poor place, we were having a hard time to maintain and develop. So we used to bring different things from India, these Rajasthani paintings, we used to sell them. Somehow in Colombia we used to get a big price for them. So Maharaj told Kishore that, look, we're doing these little tiny businesses. We want to do some business where we can make $1 million. And Kishore looked at Maharaj, he said, Maharaj, whatever you're doing is fine. There's not one millionaire in South America who didn't kill 50 people to get there. So for our sense gratification, we're ready to kill other bodies. We don't care. We become very cruel. But Krishna consciousness means opposite, to cooperate together. Just like this body is cooperating, we gave an example, this body is cooperating. All the different parts of the body meant to cooperate and help each other to become Krishna consciousness. Therefore, Prabhupada founded this international society for Krishna consciousness. So we can have a society of devotees. Whatever talent we have, we use it for pleasing Krishna. This is the beauty of Bhakti Yoga. We don't tell you that you have to twist yourself up into a pretzel and stare at the tip of your nose and so many things. You say, whatever you do, you just do it to please Krishna. Just like there was one poor man, and he was seeing that the rich people are coming, they're giving nice gold necklace for the Lord, and diamond jewelry for the Lord, and nice singhasan for the Lord. He's saying, I cannot do anything. He went to the sadhu, he was crying, everybody's doing nice service, I can't do anything. So the sadhu said, you just cut off your right hand, and I'll give you 1 lakh of rupees. Maharaj? All right, I'll give you 2 lakhs. All right, I'll give you 5 lakhs. All right, I'll give you 10 lakhs. You say you don't have anything. You're not ready to part with 1 hand for 10 lakhs, and you've got 2 hands. One you're not even ready to give up for 10 lakhs. You don't have anything. You go to the temple and sweep the floor. You take your hand and you sweep the floor. What is it? So everybody, according to his position, he can serve the Lord. Somebody may able just do nothing but sweep the floor. That's worth more than 20 lakhs. So everybody, according to his position, somebody can just do some menial work. Somebody else, he can whole Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says, you're not entitled to the fruit. The fruit is meant for Krishna. So we don't say you give up your business. You say you do big business. We don't mind. But you sacrifice some of that for the spreading of Krishna consciousness. This is the whole business that Prabhupada established, this International Society for Krishna Consciousness. That we somehow or other make people Krishna conscious, get people to chant Hare Krishna. That is the main thing. We can't lose sight of that. Sometimes we get so much involved in organization, everything we forget. But the whole purpose is that everybody should cooperate together to spread Krishna consciousness, get people to chant, to make them free from this conditioning of material existence. Because we're completely conditioned to think that we're this body. This body is just a vehicle. Just like we have our car. And even in our ordinary language, we say the car is driving down the street, right? We've identified the car with the driver. Because cars don't drive down the street, do they? A living person gets inside the car and he drives the car. We say the car is turning the corner. So even in our ordinary language, we're conditioning ourselves to recognize the vehicle as the driver. Because we've been sitting in this vehicle, in this body for so long, we become conditioned to think that this body is ourselves. Just like we're riding in the bus, and somebody has parked illegally close to the corner and the bus is turning. See, the bus is turning. The driver's turning the bus. And there's going to be scratch, right? And what do? Don't we? We go like that. As if we're going to feel some scratch. Sitting in the bus, we identified ourselves with the bus. We became conditioned that I'm the bus. So this way, we have to get rid of that conditioning. Here Krishna gives the secret. Svanusthitasya dharmasa samsiddhir harita. Whatever you're doing, you see that the result is somehow Krishna is pleased. Whether you're managing, whether you're giving advice, whether you're working and producing something, somehow or other, whether you're just doing labor, somehow or other you see that Krishna is satisfied. That is Krishna consciousness. Very simple. That's why I like this verse. This verse tells exactly, whatever talent you have, you use it in Krishna's service. Whatever you have, you use it in Krishna's service. Very simple. We don't say that you give up anything. Just like we were describing last night, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Kurma Brahman, don't give up your household life. You stay there. But you develop Krishna consciousness. And you help others to develop Krishna consciousness. That is Krishna consciousness. We all, just like now, in 1 month, Janmashtami is coming. So everybody, I can just imagine here, all the ladies will be stringing flowers and everybody will be making decoration. The children are making drawings to put all over the walls. And then Janmashtami come, there'll be dramas by I don't know if you have dramas, but mostly where I go, they have the congregation, they put on dramas, and then the girls are doing their dancing, and somebody is singing bhajans. Everybody working together to satisfy Krishna. That is Krishna consciousness. Whatever talent we have, we utilize it for the service of Krishna. If that talent is only making money, then we use that money to help decorate the temple and to print books. Just like now we have this Arabic Bhagavad Gita. So what happened was my friend here, Arjun, he met one imam in a doctor's office. He saw his Brahmin thread, so he began to talk to him. And then he said, don't you have any literature about Krishna consciousness in Arabic language? So he contacted me. So I said, that you have to see Satyanarayan. He's also on Facebook, so I gave him the contact to Satyanarayan. Satyanarayan said, yes, we have Bhagavad Gita, but we have no funds. So Arjun remembered I had a very dear friend in Dubai, big businessman. He was very fired up for distributing Prabhupada's books. So he remembered Rakesh. So he connected the two, Satyanarayan and Rakesh together. Now we have this Bhagavad Gita as it is in Arabic language. And so this person is very expert in using money, making money. So he used some of that money because Prabhupada told, if anybody will preach to the Muslims, then I will take the dust of his feet. Can you imagine how dear this thing is? Just by giving money, just by making lots of money and giving it for Bhagavad Gita, he became so dear to Prabhupada. So whatever you can do, you use it for Krishna. Then what happened was at New York Rath Yatra just now, Satyanarayan gave this Bhagavad Gita to Arjun. He gave it to the Imam. He had his picture taken and he put it on all his Facebook profiles, receiving Bhagavad Gita as it is in Arabic language. Of course, 40% of the people were commenting, "What are you doing?" You know. But many people were saying, "I want one." Some professor in Iraq where we can't go to preach, he said, "I want this copy. I want." Everybody was selling. Some other gentleman in London said, "I want a copy. I want a copy." So then our brewer brought in 10 copies. He said, "I have to take one of these for myself because my friend came, he saw it, he took it. My son says he wants a copy." And then he had to give him another 10 copies. So like this, Pyari was telling, he keeps some copies here. If you go on Harinam and you keep them, they love to take. They see Arabic language, they're so amazed, and they're very receptive outside. And they meet these devotees outside. They're very receptive. So this way, we all work together to please Krishna, to please the spiritual master. Sansidi haritosana. That is the whole perfection of life. So I can't see the clock. I don't know what time it is. Maybe I'm speaking too much. But anyway, we'll end here. And maybe there's some questions or some doubts that anybody has. Yes.
Thank you very much for the wonderful class. Yesterday you told a small story about Ashishwar Mahadev. Could you please tell the story of Gopishwar Mahadev?
Well, first let's see if there's any philosophical questions, and we'll do some Leela. As I told you, don't be afraid of having doubts. It's natural to have doubts. We're living in the kingdom of Maya. You should be afraid of not revealing those doubts. As I told, if we get that doubt satisfied, then our faith will grow. So whatever question you have, you can ask. Yes?
I was having a doubt. I don't know if it's good or bad, small or big. What language? We know the spiritual world exists, right? The Goloka Vrindavan. Which language they use there to communicate?
I was just watching a discussion on that. I don't know what, like, some type of very sweet Vrishvasa language, not the one that's presently in Braj, but I really don't know what type of, some type of sweet language they speak there. I just know that it's not Sanskrit, but it's not the... Rupa Goswami has written like this, many books, and he's used what they call Prakrit, but that has been traced down to just the end of Dwapar Yuga. So what they spoke, I don't know. What they speak, some type of sweet Vrishvasa language.
So we have 4 varnas and 4 ashrams. But we all know that Mahaprabhu said that in this Kali Yuga everybody is a Shudra. So even though Krishna himself created 4 varnas, but then Krishna himself is saying that there is only Sudra in this Yuga. And we have 4 ashrams and
Kalis, what is that? Kalo Sudra Sambhava. We're born Sudra.
Okay.
By training, just like my father's a doctor, but I don't know anything about medicine. If you have a problem, we used to say, I'm not the doctor, I'm the doctor's son, I can't help you to the doctor come. I could take advantage of my father's knowledge and also become a doctor. And I didn't, I became a spiritual doctor instead. So by training, and we see the natural, just like we see, even although everything is upside down in the Western world, we see still there's a class of people who are intellectuals, we see a class of people who like to administrate, a class of people who like to produce, and a class of people who are only good for labor. These things are naturally existing.
So where the emphasis should come about on your quality or on the training or the training that you are receiving. Like maybe I have a quality of Brahmin, but I'm trained to become a laborer working 9 to 5. So I'm working as a Shudra. So which one should get more emphasis based on my quality? If it is quality, then how to evaluate a person's quality and where he should be fitting?
Well, now everything is totally upside down. We should just concentrate on this last word, Haritoshanam. That whatever we're doing, we should somehow or other satisfy Hari.
Thank you, Prabhu.
I have a question like how do we get the Vraja mood in our sadhana?
How do we get the Braja mood in our sadhana? That will come naturally. We just continue practicing and practicing our Krishna consciousness, chanting our rounds, trying to, especially you will get that by serving Vaishnava, because real mood of Braj is Seva. Just like in Vrindavan, there's one place called Seva Kunj. And there, they were dancing. Some people say that this is a place where Ras Leela took place. Whole Vrindavan is where Ras Leela took place. But when they were tired at that place, Krishna was massaging Radharani's lotus feet. Even Krishna was doing Seva. Because that is the real Bhava Vrindavan. Of course, in all the commercial places, everybody just comes and grabs you. But if you go in the village of Braj, just like one time, it's a long story, but we'll just make it short. Somehow or other, we were on Braj Mandal Prikrama with Lokanath Maharaj, and it was Ekadasi, so they decided to make us fast, although we had a very long walk ahead of us. And then they realized that was a mistake. I thought in the beginning this was a mistake. And then they made a big feast and everybody got sick. So this is old days when it was just like 150 devotees, and most of them were foreigners. So everybody just got sick, and it was just passing from one end to the other, both simultaneously. It was very bad. So somehow or other I thought next day, I knew Dwadasi, it was a long walk to the breakfast. So I thought what to do. And these people, they don't know how to do Madhukari. They don't know Hindi, they don't. So I asked one villager in Hindi, the village was off the road, you have some rotis? And he said, just wait. He ran into the village, and he came back and he brought a whole bunch of they were hot, because just when we start walking, that's when they make them, Nice hot rotis. And I put them, there was one little Marathi devotee named Om Tat Sat, a disciple of Lokanath Maharaj. So I put him in his bag. He said, no. He said, no, this is not for me. This is for my friends, because I knew they can't bake like me, He said, you don't worry about your friends. He pulled those out. There was a little temple there. He sat us down. He told the Pujari, you feed them. So this Pujari brought out some nice sabji, nice hot sabji and dal. And I kept trying to put the rotis in the Om Tat Sat's bag to save them. He kept pulling them out. And I was feeling so guilty that I wanted it for the devotees, but we're getting nice hot rotis with homemade ghee on top and everything. So then, after we finished, we were running, we passed some fellow, you see the white Prikamawalas? They say, yeah, they're in the village ahead. A little village called, I forgot. I can't remember the name of the village now. Anyway, there was no electricity, there was no road, there was nothing. But we got into the village, we came around the corner, and all the devotees were sitting there, and from every corner, the Brishpasi ladies were bringing stacks of rotis. Someone was bringing dal, someone was bringing sabji, and chach, real chach. In Braj, we churn the yogurt, not the cream, we churn the yogurt into butter, and what's left over, that's very good for the health. Even I'm not supposed to take yogurt, but the chach, the doctor said you take as much as you want. And as soon as you put your lota down, somebody is there to fill it up. So here's this little village, they don't have proper roads, they don't even have electricity. All these rich foreigners have come, and they're feeding them. This is the real Bhava Braj service. So you want to get Braj Bhava, you serve Vaishnavas. Because that is the real Bhava Braj. Now it's become commercial, everybody does. Although it's the land of Atma Gyan, nobody sees us as Atma. They drop off the last A. If you drop off the last A, what do you have? ATM. They come with their card. Dando. But if you go in the village of Braj, you'll see they might have anything, but they're ready to share whatever they have with you. And I asked many sadhus, they said, no, there's no place like Braj. It's not that any village you can go and people will just feed you like it. Braj is a very special place. So if you want to get Braj mood, then you serve Vaishnavas. Alright, so Gopeshwar. One time, I can't remember what's the name of the dweep on the shore of the ocean of yogurt. But there was one rishi named Asuri Rishi. He was meditating there. He was a great yogi, but he was a Vaishnava yogi. He was meditating upon the Lord. And within his heart. And somehow or other, at the end of Dwapara Yuga, the Lord disappeared from his heart. He said, what happened? And he tried again to see the Lord. He can't see the Lord. He became very upset. So then he went to the shore of the ocean of milk. And he went to the Sweta Dweep, the white island in the ocean of milk. And there he saw Anantashesh was there, but Lord Vishnu wasn't there. And he asked everyone, where's Lord Vishnu? They said, we don't know. He was here a minute ago. Where did he go? We don't know. He was here a minute ago. So he became more upset. He can't see the Lord in his heart. He's not in Sweta Dweep. So then he went to Badrinath. And there he saw all the pujaris. If you go to Badrinath, all the pujaris very happily doing their services. Very sweet place. Very wonderful place. But no Lord Badri Vishal was there. Badri Narayan was not there. He asked all the pujaris. I don't know. He was here a minute ago. Where did he go? So then he became more upset. He's not in my heart. He's not in Sweta Dweep. He's not in Badrinath. So he went all the way to the Vaikunt. And he saw all the residents of Vaikuntha with their forearms and everything, very, very wonderfully decorated, golden ornaments, everything. But he couldn't find that one person with this golden mark of Srivatsa on his chest, or what's the other quality? Anyway, he couldn't find Lord Narayan. And he asked all the residents of Vaikuntha, where's the Lord? So you don't know? No, I don't know. You don't know? No, I don't know. You don't know? He said he's taken his incarnation as a cowboy in Vrindavan. Now it's end of Dwapara Yuga, so he's gone there. So anyway, the residents of Vaikuntha, they think like that. We'll leave them alone. We'll go to Vrindavan. So he went to Vrindavan. He got to Vrindavan. He arrived there in Vrindavan. And he found all the gopis were running around crazy. Where's Krishna? Where's Krishna? Oh, Pramana. Oh, Shyam Sundar. Where are you? They were so crazy. They were somebody was imitating the Putana pastime. Somebody was imitating Kiryaj pastime. They were imitating all the pastimes, and everybody was looking for Krishna. He came to Vrindavan, and everybody there was looking for Krishna. He became really upset. So he went off to Kailash to see Lord Shiva. And he came there to Kailash, and he told Lord Shiva, I can't find the Lord anywhere. And Lord Shiva began to laugh when he heard the whole story. It's not funny. He said, no, you went to the right place. Lord is there in Vrindavan. But just now, to curb the pride, we told Lord doesn't like pride in his devotees. The gopis became a little proud. So Krishna disappeared, just to increase their affection for him. But you know what this means? This means that now Maharas is going to take place. He grabbed the Suri Rishi's hand, and they ran to Vrindavan. And you may or may not know, but no male person is allowed in the Ras arena. So Vrindadevi stopped them, said, no, you can't come. Well, what can we do? What can we do? He said, you go across the river to a very beautiful lake called Mansarovar, which is a lake of Radharani's tears. That's a whole other story. But anyway, if you take bath in that lake, not only will you get gopi form, you will get gopi bhav. Because here we're not talking about change of body, we're talking about change of consciousness. We change our consciousness from sense gratification to haritosanam, to pleasing Krishna. So they went there, they took bath in Mansarovar, and they became gopis, and they got gopi bhav. Then they returned, and Krishna posted Lord Shiva on one corner of the Rasa arena, and to protect the Rasa arena. Or Vrindadevi posted him there in one corner. So then Krishna, he saw that Lord Shiva's come there in beautiful gopi form. So he went there and he said, Hail Gopishwari. And Radharani heard that and said, "There's any Gopishwari, it's me. Who is he calling Gopishwari?" So she went there and she made angry mudra. You know angry mudra? Hands on the hips and toes tapping. So then Krishna, he saw this mudra, he said, "Just see, here's our great devotee, Lord Shiva, in his gopi form." And Radharani looked, she saw this gopi has got a snake around her neck. So if you go to, especially Bamsivat, in one corner of Bamsivat, you'll see there's a beautiful gopi, beautiful white marble gopi with a snake around her neck. And just as Bamsivat is not far from Gopeshwar Mahadev, where all day long you'll see ordinary Shiva Ling. But if you come in the evening time, after 4 or 5 o'clock, after 5 o'clock, then you'll find they put beautiful sari over them. They put a silver mask with beautiful gopi face, with their nose pin and little chandrika and all types of female decorations. It becomes beautiful gopi in the evening time. Day long is just like ordinary Shiva temple, but in the evening a very special darshan is there, Gopeshwar Mahadev. Gopeshwar Mahadev ki jai. So we'll end here. We can all fall down at the very soft and wonderful lotus feet of that great personality who's engaged us in whatever talent we have in Sansari Hari Toshanam. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
His Grace Deen Bandhu Prabhu ki
Jai.